Hello everyone, and welcome to my second replay analysis. This time it's a ZvP on Antiga shipyard, submitted by the Reddit user NeBuLoSa22, I think. And yeah, let's just go right into the replay. This time let me check this quickly. I have activated sound, because I think it's nicer if you have some sound, but I'm not exactly sure whether the sound will overshadow my voice. I put it very low, but we will see. Anyway, first thing I noticed, the overload, sending the overloads is correct, but I think one thing I like to do is when I send my overload here and I don't see a scouting probe at the time I would build my spawning pool. Instead of building a spawning pool, I actually like to go hatchery first. That's not something you have to do always. And on Antiga it's somewhat risky because cannon rushing is somewhat strong. But on a 4-player map, oftentimes the Protoss will scout you quite late, and then you can get away with hatchery first. But anyway, that's more of a variation. Like you can take an extra risk. You don't have to, and going 14 pool is perfectly okay. So let's see. Now in my opinion, the overload should not be going back and forth here. It should go like this now. It should go up here to check for the scouting probe, and then around here, then it should go right towards the I don't know what's that, 2 o'clock, 2.5 o'clock base. Okay. Yes, now this the thing is also, if you have the overload like here already, you could see when you send down the drone here whether there's a probe coming. Hatchery slightly too late, but it's okay. Anyway, like the overload really should not be patrolling here. You should really send it to the 2 o'clock base already to get scouting information quicker. So far, like just some like small delays on like the spawning pool hatchery. The rest is all good. Yes, overload queen. That's how I do it too. And now I would not build the Zerglings already because you don't need them. I would build, actually, in fact, I built 2 drones and then I built 1 pair of lings because there's no need to build Zerglings right now. The one thing that bothers me is that this overlord is still here, and so, well, in that situation you might actually need the Zerglings to scout. But if the overlord was already like more like here, you would soon see whether your opponent actually went forge expand. Now building 4 Zerglings, I guess that's acceptable. Generally, like I like 2 a bit better, just because you have 1 more drone. Queen is finished. Next queen goes up. It's all pretty standard. It's nice. He killed the probe there. Let's see, 1 more drone. Okay. Now he should put the rally points down here. Let's see whether he does. Overlord at 24 is also good. Bit careless with the Zergling here, but no big deal either. This overlord, okay, it should go around here. Let's see, overlord is building. Yeah, so far it all looks pretty good. I'm not sure whether I said that at the start, but I was told that this is a master's replay. So right around now, the next overlord should be built. Uh-oh, not good, not good. Like at 30 or 31 you need to build the next overlord in this situation. This overlord is way too late now. You see, the injects are almost complete, but the overlord is not even halfway done now. So now there's it's a supply block for about like 6-7 seconds. But again, it's not a big deal. Let's see. He should really check. If you have this overlord here early, you can also check whether your opponent goes for normal gas timings or something crazy like only 1 gas. That's why I really think you should send it. Building the gases in the main, that's something I also do. Koreans don't do it. I'm not sure like why they like to build it at a natural. Maybe like because of like the main getting cut off with force fields, and I'm not sure. Like I like the way he's playing it. This spine crawler, however, I don't like. I think I don't know. Like it doesn't make all too much sense. I would rather build the roach warren and the evo chamber now, and send in this overlord to scout a bit, But just like building like a blindly a spine crawler, I would rather build like 6 links than the spine crawler, and the price is the same basically. Let's see. Okay, he goes lair before speed. That's quite standard. Circling speed, no. Yeah, I like the fact that the zealot gets to scout so much. That's quite bad actually, because now the Protoss knows exactly that he's going like for a super standard build, and that's why I think it's better to build some Zerglings, because you really want to scout here. Like basically you want to scout a lot in this area to see whether Protoss starts warping in units, and well, to deny something like a zealot running around. So let's see. Yes, like that one spine crawl is like the only thing that I don't like so much so far. Oh, and big supply block now. This is really bad actually. Yes, like if there's like a timing push coming in that exact moment, you can really be screwed. Now he sees the Nexus is going down. Without the supply block, he could already build like more units right now. And this spine crawler is, I think, it's really a bit honest. It would be nicer to have more links, because that Nexus is fairly early. Like I think he could apply more pressure without the supply block and without the spine crawler, and like instead having built some links. Let's see, what's the drone? The drone count is a bit low, but now he's getting some more. That's all good. Roach speed is researching. I would really recommend to research burrow and either +1 ranged or melee attack. Here the timing was a bit late to go in with Zerglings. Now they just kinda die. I'm not even sure whether they killed any unit. But yeah, it's like a small mistake. But now after he lost the Zerglings for nothing, in his situation, I would stop building, like stop trying to attack, and as he does, just take gases. Let's see what units he's building. I would build more drones right now. Let's see, unit tab. 58 drones is really not enough. In this situation, you can pretty safely go to like 70 drones now. And then you build units again, but 58 is really quite little, and the Protoss is already ahead in worker count now, even though he has almost no units. And if you do build units, immediately go like to your opponent and like at least like show your units, like to pressure him a bit and to make him scared. Not good to run against the wall, and like going up here is a big mistake. He should immediately go back in this situation. I think it's very risky to stay around here with so few units. I think he's trying a bit too hard to like make something happen here, and like there's only something happening here if Protoss fucks up the force fields. And yes, like basically if we go to units lost right now, it's very one-sided. I'm not sure what died of the Protoss, maybe like a sentry or two. The Zealot at the beginning, a probe, a scouting probe, two probes in total. I think one died here, and then like maybe, I don't know, some random units. But generally, the Zerg lost a lot of units like in small increments for very little, and that really, like, how do you say, like that adds up. And also Zerg built units before drones, when after Protoss took a third, and then didn't do anything with the units. Basically, he just lost a good bunch here, and well, that could have been like those units could have been drones that could have started mining earlier. Let's see, Also, if you get such an early Spire, I would recommend to start the Hive Tech earlier. The Spire, I think it was a bit early. Like either if you can build some infestors just on tier 2, and then start Hive and Spire at the same time. I think that's like a good general way to do it. If you want to go Hive, just start the Spire at the same time, because you don't really have the resources to build infestors and corruptors at the same time at first. But now, after now I think he's overdoing it with the drones a bit, like 90 drones and attacking at the same time. I think it's not good because he doesn't want to see that the Protoss notices that he has so few units. So in this situation, I really would have stayed on like maybe 75 drones and just pumped heavy units and spread creep like he's doing and hope that Protoss, that he wins like an engagement when Protoss moves out, because the whole start did not go very good. Like Zerg lost a lot of units for nothing. And like the units didn't achieve anything, so the units could have been drones instead if they don't achieve anything anyway, and could have gotten him more units later. And due to the failed aggression early on, now it's a pretty one-sided fight, because well, like so many units were lost earlier on. Also the positions, these positions on Antiga are of course pretty annoying to play. Because well, normally close position doesn't exist, and it's very hard to defend against timing pushes for both sides on Antiga close position. So what I would have recommended to do better here is get up to about 60 drones, and on close position when Protoss takes an early third, I really think, especially at, I mean, I'm not saying Protoss can't defend it, but generally, like roach ling aggression is very hard to defend for Protoss here. So get a fourth hatchery, just like a macro hatch in your main, like he did. Get roach speed, get up around 60 drones, and then really pump roach ling. And the problem in this case was that he lost around 30 lings here, and that did little to no damage. Like he thought he could maybe right-click the Nexus, but Protoss just did some force fields, and then he couldn't get out anymore because he was trapped. And so in this case, I think it's better if you went for lair before circling speed to just build up the drones. If you see Protoss expand, then really like get to 60 drones, get that macro hatcheries, and then pump roaches and wait with attacking until the moment roach speed is done. You can already like start hitting the rocks and such, but don't go in here. Wait for your roach speed to get done. It's very important to start roach speed immediately when lair is done, and then just mass up units. And yes, and then you'd go in with everything at once. Like you go with some here, you'd sweep around the side here, and then you can attack here. If Protoss goes up the ramp here, you can attack the ramp into his main base. If Protoss didn't wall the main ramp here, it's even easier because then you can just walk up and, for example, kill the Nexus or just run into the main base, things like that. And but yes, like it might seem insignificant, but losing like 20-30 links like that for nothing early on is actually quite a big problem, because at that point Protoss is quite safe, even if he plays somewhat greedy, because he just killed a good bunch of units for free, and then well, like Zerg just has less if he goes for like one big attack, and then the next attack also, like, just units died for free, didn't do any damage, and like there was always like a mix. Sometimes the Zerg player built some units. Let me check this. Hello again. Sometimes the Zerg player built some units, but didn't achieve anything with them, and then he built some drones. Then some units again, tried to do something, but it didn't work, and then again he droned up. But like this mixture of going back and forth between drones and units, you really need like a very good plan. Like if you build units and your opponent is expanding, like you want to achieve something with them, and like going like a middle road between units and drones usually is not a good plan. So either you go heavy on the drones or heavy on the units, but trying to like mix the two, it usually doesn't work, like you could see in that replay. In the end, the Zerg just droned like not too long before the big Protoss push came, and he just died. And honestly, there wasn't much he could do. It was just like the problems why he couldn't hold the push were because the game early on didn't go well. And yes, like you really need to be very decisive whether you want to like commit to an attack or whether you want to commit to heavy droning. Going like that middle road, I think it just doesn't work. So yes, sorry to NeBuLoSa if I was a bit harsh with you or anything. I hope you enjoyed this analysis. Please give me feedback because this is quite new to me, so I'm not exactly sure what kind of mistakes I'm doing and so on. And yes, I the plan is that I do one of these every day, or like I might do like 2 on a day, but I want to upload 1 per day. If you know me, then you probably know that it's might not happen, quite likely even. But yes, I will try to upload 1 replay analysis every day, um, like an advent calendar if you have those in your country. um, Even if there's no chocolate inside. Yeah, anyway, you can also follow me on Twitter at ATNDarkFrost. Please comment, give me comments on Reddit or just on YouTube. I kinda like Reddit more anyway. I can also post in my Team Liquid thread. And yeah, please keep sending in replays. If you put a good description of your replay, chances are a bit higher that it will get picked. But yes, like of course I can't pick every replay. I don't have that much time. But I will try to do as many as possible, of course. Goodbye.